sole affiliate doing 100K a day. Nuts. That's what I was inspired by. Like OGs making millions a month. I'm like, fuck, I want to be like them. Affiliate changed my life, and I think it can change lives. I did my first 800K a month, and it turned me into a multimillionaire.
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, we just wrapped up a banging podcast, long form, starting in Miami, and here we are in Vegas, finishing up with Alex Micol, one of the biggest affiliates, arguably in the world, who's also putting on an upcoming event this summer in Barcelona that you're gonna wanna check out more. But listen, we did everything from hitting live in Miami, to flying on private jets, to talking about life and business. Let's jump in this episode. You're gonna absolutely love it. Got Alex Micol here on a private jet. Thank you for joining me, my man.
Thanks for having me.
Been wanting to do this one for a while, sit down with a industry OG. And yeah, man, we met up in Miami. We hung out for a few days. Why are we here? Why are we on this jet right now?
Well, shout out to Adam Ringba. Where's Adam? Well, I think by when we post this is gonna be known, but they're the second headliner of the new conference that we're launching. So there's a big reason to come here and to do this together and just have fun and just hang out. And yeah.
Lots to talk about, man. Yeah, no, we're going to Vegas. No better way.
Yeah.
So, speaking of conferences, Affiliate Takeover. Tell everyone what it's about.
Takeover. Takeover is it's been probably my best project ever. Long, short story. Conferences changed our life. Like, I think I can speak for yourself as well. Without it, we wouldn't be sitting here. And I feel like the other conference that existed until now is just not the same anymore. And I've been very public about it on my Instagram stories, calling them out. And by the way, I do all my success to AW, or to the other conference. It's I'm putting my soul into it, and we're basically recreating what was there before, but also improving it. AW changed my life. I started attending when I was 18, and I met my business partners, and it turned me into a multimillionaire, literally. So
Super young age too, which is badass.
Yeah, and I found all the opportunities there, and AW got sold twice. So the first time was sold to Trazio, which is e-commerce conglomerate, and they had very good intentions with the show, as in White had good intentions. But then the company failed. They had financial issues because they bought at peak value in the beginning of 2022, and market was back then all-time high. And then it dropped, and Trazio had to let go of many brands that they newly acquired because they're
They merged with Sigma, or they paired the two conferences?
They are probably going to do that. I don't know if they're going to do that, but it already feels like they did, because it feels like a casino show already. They're moving the conference from the OG location Bangkok and Thailand to Manila, where Sigma happens.
It's going to be in Manila this year?
It's going to be in Manila. Bangkok is done. And probably there are three reasons. One is the space is too small, because the conference grew to...
It's massive.
Yeah, 7,000 people. You don't fit 7,000 people. I don't know if it was even allowed to host that many people in that space. Second, they're going to put it next to the location or at the same time of Sigma, or just a few days after. And third is probably just because it costs less. So I think by everything that I'm seeing, everything comes down to spreadsheets. How much money, profit can we make out of this? Well, before, I know for a fact that wasn't the first goal. The main goal was to bring the best affiliates together and have the best parties and just connect them. And that had that magical aura, which I fell in love with. So the original founders are the STM founders. So is Lorenzo, Besmir, Jordan. So Lorenzo, Besmir, and Jordan were focused on getting the best people together and giving them the best experience. Now, these guys have their own affiliate businesses, so they didn't really do this for profit. And that's why they did insane things like hosting a conference in Berlin, but then booking a whole Boeing put in 150 to 200 top affiliates and fly them over to Ibiza and just party there, which is nuts because who does that, right?
What industry do you see that happening?
That's crazy. And it's so fun. And how do you get in? Because if you didn't get in, you have FOMO. If you're there, you're cool. There's speakers, there are cool people, handpicked individuals that do amazing numbers. Then they did the same thing in Bangkok. They did a conference in Bangkok, and then they rented out an entire private island next to Phuket, did the same thing, had a few sponsors cover the cost, but they put in a lot of effort to make it happen, to have like 200 people party on a private island. And that created the whole aura. It attracted the best minds in the game, and that's why affiliate was never just about affiliate. You had insane speakers come there. You had Neil Patel. You had Ryan Holiday. You had back then Alexander Nix. And who was Alexander Nix? It was the CEO of Cambridge Analytica. They had to remove him from all the socials.
For obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons, because of the Facebook crash, basically. But he was there. Like, I met him. He was like God on earth before I knew what he was actually doing. But I was like, wow, this guy is like madman, you know? Like, it was insane. Because they were heavily focused on the community. Now, if you go to the show now, you can totally see that is not happening anymore. So, long story short, by the way, I was also a speaker. Being a speaker there was like the holy grail for me. So the day I managed to get on the stage was 2022. Dude, I felt like I made it, you know, like there was no better feeling. I was walking 1 meter below the ground, you know, I was just like flying. And so it became great, and I started getting even more exposure. I mean, I've been in the space since forever. So the conference, if you attended the first conference and you attend the conference now, still some people are still there and we all know each other. But then you start seeing less and less of the core community. And then they started leveraging all these white hat speakers to promote a show that doesn't really stand for the same values, at least my values. Exactly. And black hat can be legal stuff, but doesn't have to be. It can be casino, because anything black hat is not allowed on Facebook platforms, right? So it became casino, betting, and they're honestly, like, you can go to the show and you can see that a lot of unethical stuff is happening.
Rebills. That was a big one, like blanks and rebills. That was what I heard at the last one.
What are blanks? That's the funny part. Like, it's not funny, but it's scary. Like, what are sweeps? All of these topics. Like, and people kind of like talk about it as if it's normal. It's like, oh, you know, I run blanks, run sweeps, but it's so detached from what you're actually doing from an ethical point of view. Would you be happy if your mother saw that?
Oh.
So, but I understand, like, if you come, AW was never fully clean. Like, even the original founders had black hat companies or interests. And I even got exposed to that at very early on. Because it's just
It was a Wild West too, man. I mean, it's evolved over time, right?
Still, but it doesn't make it right. But then when you start talking to people what you're doing, you realize, oh, that's actually fucked up. And but if the environment is like that, you feel like it's normal.
Like normalized.
Yeah, it's accepted. And that is the result of a sick environment. And a lot of people don't like to hear it. They're like, no, but, you know, they justify themselves. Why? It's not me, it's the affiliate. And affiliate, no, it's the advertiser. No one is actually scamming people. It's just someone else.
Just the Spider-Man thing where they're all playing.
So at some point, it was just like enough of it. I complained about it. I called them out. And no one did a thing. And then people on Instagram just started texting me like, why don't you do your own conference? And I was like, I don't know how to do conferences. I would never do a conference, but it's a funny idea. But then the old production team of AW, not the founders, people that actually did the stages and made it pretty.
People running it, more or less, like the operating the events.
Yeah, making it happen. They reached out. And we had a talk back in September 2024. So I flew to London because they're mainly British. And we understood that we were actually going to do it. So ever since we started working on it, and now we're launching in July.
So you're 4 months out. Here it is February. What's been the most challenging thing creating an event from scratch?
I mean, the whole thing. I never did it. But I'm so grateful that I have an amazing team. They're amazing. But at the same time, it doesn't feel challenging. I mean, there are many challenges on a daily basis because we're doing something new with new rules because we're not accepting any gray hat sponsors or at least main sponsors and no black hats. Like that's absolutely no go. So I knew while starting that I don't know how it works, but I have an amazing team. I need to become a good player, and we're doing it all. And I know that also would be offered a lot of money that I have to be ready to refuse to protect the initial idea, to create a safe space, to have the good verticals. So give space to e-commerce companies to join, pay-per-call, content arbitrage, search, SMMA, creator economy. All these companies, they wouldn't go to AW because it's just so spread out and all black hat that you can't retain them. Apparently, Leo Patel came to the conference and would never come back again but I don't want to put words in his mouth or anything, but rumor is that he wouldn't come back because it's so black hat.
He runs a massive agency, right?
Yeah, he's like an OG in the space.
Can't be associated with like scam offers, like, right?
Yeah, that's my main problem. Like they used me as their top ads, and I didn't like it because I'm like, I don't want to, like I had kids reaching out to me saying like, I went to the conference because I saw the ads or you spoke about it in YouTube videos, and it's just this and that. It's bad. I'm like, yeah, I know, and I feel responsible because I'm promoting it or I was promoting it. So it's many triggers that made me realize that this is the right move. So, but at the end of the day, back to the challenges, it feels like the most magnetic thing I ever worked on. Like everyone wants to be involved somehow because it's the right thing. And that is so exciting. So yeah, I mean, the challenging thing has been sleep. So I don't sleep much. I just fucking work.
That's been consistent in Miami.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So let's fast forward 4 months and 12 days. Conference just finished. How would you describe what just happened to someone today?
Well, I keep imagining that day because I really want to enjoy it. I think we've done a good thing. I think we created that place where top people in the space, not just affiliates, top marketers, pay-per-callers, e-commerce guys, anything, would meet up and get a lot of value from it again. Because it was like that before, but it just faded. So it's quality over quantity. We won't go for 5,000 people. We're going for 1 to 1.5 thousand people. But it's going to be highly valuable. So we're really vetting the trading floor, who we let in terms of exhibitors, how we promote the show. We don't care about selling a lot of tickets. We just want to make sure that the tickets that we sell and the sponsorships that we sell are good people. So I think if you attend it, you're going to have an insane ROI based on the companies and the people that are coming. And that's going to be the most magical thing. But not only that, it's going to be a whole experience because Spain is fun. We want to do Ibiza after. We still didn't announce anything, but very exciting plans for that because I want this to be a whole week of info, network, fun, and party.
Spending time together, building relationships.
Yeah, make it fun under one roof. You don't need to go to all these side events that are spread out around the city. You meet in one place and you have fun. Then you can still go out and do your things. But that's what's missing. That's what has been missing. That's why side events are such a big thing. We're going to Vegas now. No one is going to the venue. Like I will try just to see how the vibe is, but the side events are more exciting. So I can't wait to do those.
I messaged you earlier. I'm in a pretty tight-knit affiliate chat with like 200 some US guys. And after we put up stories last night from Live, where we had like the lights with the name and everything, and rainbow is super cool. They were asking in that chat, not directly to me, but in general, have you heard about Alex's event? And like, why is this, what's different? And we'll think it's in a smaller venue. What would be the answer for why? I mean, you kind of expressed that, but I guess what I'm trying to say is how would you describe this event and how would you describe this event as being different than other event like US events, for example?
Very simple. A conference for marketers, by marketers. And that makes the whole difference. Because there is a heart and understands exactly what we all need. Any other conference is owned by a private equity, so there's detachment from what people actually need. And it's going to be the first white hat conference to ever exist, like fully. Like if a casino company comes in today and offers me $1 million, I would say no, because that's not what we're about. What we're about is like good companies that have good products in different niches. That's why I'm pumped that we have Ringba. I'm pumped that we have GiddyUp. And GiddyUp is one of the biggest fully white hat e-commerce affiliate networks. And it's been hard to find people like that. But it makes space for more relationships that, affiliates run whatever they find. So if you go to a conference that offers you Black Hat, you're going to be running Black Hat because you're an affiliate. You should question yourself as an affiliate what is right and wrong. But that's another conversation. But at least, okay, you don't care. You just want the dollars. I want to create a space where you can make dollars on white hat stuff. And in my opinion, they're even more scalable too. Because I made my whole money scaling white hat stuff. And that's a fact. So, and I keep doing that. So, and you can build businesses that you can sell, pay-per-call. It's an amazing opportunity to build enterprise value. You know it. You're running pay-per-call. My partner, Anthony, sold his business for 8 figures.
Yeah.
He's a testament. So I want to create more of that. And there's so much opportunity. Affiliate comes with a stigma that is like dodgy, that is like this, is like that, because the players, the big ones, always allow this to happen. I want to clean it up. And I want to give space to bigger, better opportunities. Because affiliates are the best media buyers on planet.
Hands down. What was the first event you ever went to? And when was it?
It was Summit, actually. It was
Summit. What? Summit West?
Yes, West. I was 18. And I didn't know if affiliate was going to work out for me. Because, I didn't really make it work before going to Vegas. I had some campaigns. I was doing adults. It was very weird 6 months of my life, buying traffic on Exoclick and Traffic Junkie, making ads that, let's not get into the details. And then I was like, no one around me. I grew up in a little village around Munich. No one knew what affiliate marketing is. And I still had to grasp the actual meaning and size of an industry. So I knew that by going to Vegas, I would find people that reach the goals that I'm after. And that changed everything. So going to Vegas was the best thing. I didn't go to college. I went to Vegas. And I was at sweet parties. I faked my badge to enter the summit because you need to be 21. And I talked to everyone at the company that I could, even the owner back then. It's like, dude, please let me in. And I was so scared. Like I was at FedEx, making a copy of my friend's badge. And the guy called the cops on me.
What?
Yeah, because he's like, what are you doing? And I remember running away from the cop that came in Vegas, jumped on a taxi, literally like, drive. And it was pure adrenaline. But then at the conference, I met the right people. At the parties, I met my partner that changed my life, Rouse. I did the whole Nutra thing with him, white hat Nutra, which I didn't know existed back then. But he changed, we became close friends. We traveled the world because I never went to Summit again. I only did AW. That's why we said I didn't go to college. I went to AW. That was my partying, my education.
And which is also why it's so important to you to have that same idea come back, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It means something to you.
Well, totally. Like, I became friends with the team. I became I have affection for the brands. I have affection to the community. I mean, friends, like a lot of friends. And then I started traveling again, going back with Robs. And then one day I just figured out how I could. It was one of the best native media buyers ever. Solo affiliate doing 100K a day. Nuts. Like nuts. He was one of the first guys to show me a dashboard. with 6 figures on it in a 24-hour time frame. It's like, that's unbelievable. How do I help this guy go double?
Yeah.
And then it took me some time, but I figured something out. And then we started balling. Like, we were flying. Like, we started having not 100K a day once, but like consistently. First I was counting these days, and then it just became normal, the standard, for 2 years, 3 years. So
What years was this, like 2018?
no, 2020.
2020.
2020. Starting 2020, that's where it really started blowing up. And yeah, that changed all. That changed it all.
What was it like for you? Because you were in your early 20s now, right? Like, everyone around you was maybe university or working some job they hated.
Yeah, I mean, I was already like surrounded by people that did very well because I started early.
Your life was affiliated.
Yeah, it was already affiliated since many years, like 5 years, I would say. So, yeah, but it still felt amazing. Like it was.
Living that.
Sorry?
Where were you living?
I was just traveling. No,
You were digital nomad before it was a thing.
I think the affiliate life was always there. Like I remember this girl, what was her name? Facebook Queen or something. Posted,
I am Queen.
Facebook Live, affiliate live. Like it was always a thing. That's what I was inspired by. Like at the first AWs would see these like OGs making millions a month. I'm like, fuck, I want to be like them. And then after becoming that, I felt like in an arrogant way that I played all the levels, but there are infinite more levels. But from where I started, for the first main goal was like that. I was like, how do you make 100K a day? How do you make more than that? And that was funny. That was good times.
Is it hard for your family to like understand what you do?
Oh yeah, I'm sure same for you.
They think I'm poor. Like they're like asked. They was like, hey, you need money? It's like, I'm like, yo, mom. 36.
They're moms, so they
love
me, mom. It's like, yeah, if you want, I can borrow money. I was like, Mom, I bought a supercar. I should have money for,
But how are you gonna pay for it, Alex?
yeah, it's funny.
Does your family come from money?
I mean, we were not on the roads. I would say middle class. Yeah. So, I went to a good school that allowed me to learn languages because I grew up in Germany, so I'm polyglot.
But typical European.
Being European is cool.
English, Spanish, German, and Italian. Yeah, it's pretty badass, man.
Helps the con.
How has speaking those languages fluently, aside from English, how has it opened any doors for you in business and affiliate space?
Well, I'm friends with German guys that I work with. They would understand English as well, but I guess it just became more familiar because
You connect easier.
Yeah, I guess. Also, the same town helps because I met people from my town by going to Vegas. And I was like, where are you from? Munich.
Oh, Munich. Okay, nice.
Yeah, Munich. Yeah, but I lived outside of Munich, but then we would meet in Munich. I mean, it's on fire. So, but yeah, like languages are amazing because they're a tool you learn Spanish, you unlock communication with billions of people.
It's super cool, man.
Yeah, that's how I visualize it. That's how I see it. Like if I spoke Mandarin, I get access to extra billion people. If I spoke Russian, if I spoke, Arabic. Are you learning Spanish?
Slowly.
Yeah, because you live in Colombia.
We'll do a Spanish podcast another time.
That'd be, yeah.
I've done a few.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's fun.
In Spanish?
I did one with Manuel, yeah.
Fluent?
Yeah, fully in Spanish.
Dude, fluent.
Podemos hacer si quieres. Después te hace uno, por favor.
Okay. Actually, when I speak about marketing, I get stuck even in my mother tongue Italian. Because I don't have the examples, I don't have the words. How do you translate CPA? Or
Well, a lot of the words are in English still. Regardless whether you don't speak any English, if the guys in Brazil will still say shit like CPA or like media buyer, or What are you most proud of as you were coming up those years? 2016, 2017, 2018, going into 2020, 2021, 2022, and your level of success, like definitely 1%. Even to this day, the numbers you were putting up consistently, it's not common, man. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing I was most proud of is it's more like an internal sensation of like I achieved what I said I would. And I really cherish those silent moments of launching something to the best of your capabilities, not caring about the outcome, and doing it consistently. I think those are the most, looking back, like at first I was chasing the dollar a lot. And then I realized that the magic happens when you're just in line, aligned with who you are, the right things in your life, a good lifestyle, feeling the abundance. Like I started making all this money after feeling it was going to happen. That's why I believe in visualization so much, because I just started having that deep sensation of confidence that allowed me to faithfully execute all my experiments. I'm going to experiment something. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I have faith that it will. And then when you start succeeding at things, like achieve a goal, another goal, experimenting is still equally difficult. But the confidence that comes from the past wins increases. So the challenges are hard, but you become better as a person. So that's the best feeling that I got, and that makes me the prosper. That continuous progression of confidence.
So you've also been helping a lot of young guys, because a lot of guys reach out to you on Instagram. You launched Scalers. So what is Scalers?
That's a great question that I'm still trying to answer today. No, I'm joking. Scalers is my marketing company, because it started from a joke like, oh yeah, we should scale. It's like, all right, we're Scalers, right? So yeah, cool name, dynamic. I love the brand, the logo, everything about it. And so it was just a company brand. But then I love the idea of making content, because you provide for yourself, you provide for your family, you help out your friends, and then what? You get to a stage where you get a lot of satisfaction in helping others. Why do you do? Of course. Well, first off, it's an amazing freaking business and a lot of money. Second, the gratitude that you get back and the satisfaction of doing their work is infinite. Because I have people that made millions of dollars out of my courses, as in like they learned about affiliate, got into it, scaled. You can't put it in words, or like you can't quantify it in money. That sensation. It's really cool. So you're changing lives, and It's fulfillment, yeah. So that's what I love, and I can see this becoming a big thing in my life, like more and more, like it's growing. That's why the conference is so perfect, because it allows me to help everyone. Because before it was like, oh, I focus on beginners, then I have a pro. No, this allows everyone to basically take something out of it by giving, by coming, by attending, by sharing knowledge, like as any other conference. That's what I love. My goal was always like, how do I know so many amazing people in the industry. How do I help them all out? And this was a thought that I had when I was 18. I would love to collab with everyone. I'm living the dream now with this conference.
So you've had a lot of people come through your Scalers program. Who's someone you've seen that wasn't running traffic before, but now they're doing big numbers?
There's one guy that was exposed to organic TikTok stuff, but didn't really make a lot with it. And then he saw my course. I don't know how he saw it, but basically joined. And I even bumped into him in a conference. And he told me, he's like, yeah, and he showed me the numbers, and I was like, that's insane. So, like, he just started a month earlier, and he was doing $200 profit a day, which is very good. And then he told me that he wants to skydive, because I skydive, and he wants to do it with me when he reaches $1,000 a day. So, I don't know, I just liked him, and I was like, you know what, let's come to my house, like, not to my house, to my building, and show me your ad account. So, we met a few days after, and I looked at his ad account. He had like consistent days of like, since 2 weeks, he was doing every day $200 of profit, sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less. But I'm like, yo, you're running this campaign in the US. It's broad targeting. You can spend more, and you must spend more if you want to make more. So I was like, if you do as I say, in 3 days, 4 days, you're probably at $1,000 a day, and we can go skydive. In fact, I dropped a YouTube video where I take him skydive. Yeah. So he's like one public case that I like to speak about, but there are other guys. Like, it's funny, just recently, my team sends me requests for exhibitors at the conference. So I looked at who was wanting to exhibit. And I saw the name and I was like, oh, wait, I know this guy. He's a guy from the community that started from zero, got into the space, got to conferences, now made a bunch of money. I think he did 7 figures in revenue as well, and now launched his own software as a business. Now launched his own software as a service, and is exhibiting at shows.
So he's gone from no traffic experience prior,
Like not
business idea, and then offer owner, SaaS company.
yes.
That's badass.
So there are many guys like that started, did something, started working with others, started working for others because they educated themselves, or that applied their knowledge. Like I have one guy that came up to me. He's like, "Yo, I did your course, and I didn't know much about YouTube ads, and I did my first 800K a month." And it's funny because now I even decided to do group calls where we do coaching, now I decided to do group coaching calls, which is even more valuable because you get access to people, get instant feedback, you speak about problems, because usually otherwise it's just video. So that's the new thing that we're doing, and it's very impactful. And I actually enjoy doing group calls with people, and we also have others from the team lead some of these calls. So it's a great time.
Why do you believe the the affiliate model is better than the typical agency model? And what experience have you seen with that in your own journey this last decade?
I think it's very fair for a business owner to work with an affiliate because you only pay an affiliate if he brings in results. While an agency will charge you to get on a call with them, will charge you to do a sort of initial assessment, will charge you on the ad spend, so they're incentivized to spend more of the company's budget. And then you can argue that no, but we actually take money from the revenue, etc. But you're still not as exposed as an affiliate. And as an affiliate, you only make money if you sell. And your profit is not if you generate the tons of sales by overspending your target CPAs. But if you go under that, and then you keep the delta between your commission and what you spend for each conversion. So it's very fair. And it's very cash flow light for any business to start working with an affiliate, because they don't have to put up the cash. Like I have a product, I take care of the back end, but the front end and the marketing is taking care of an affiliate that is ready to put down millions of dollars in many cases to promote my products. The challenge is that the business needs to understand the affiliate model as well. It needs to give an affiliate what the affiliate needs, starting from a good brand, good video materials ideally, and a good commission. And you can only be giving a competitive commission if you have a strong backend. Depending on the market we're in, depending on the geos we're in, but as a red ocean, as the US, if you're running supplements, you need to be highly competitive and pay 100% of the revenue that you might be making on.
Sometimes more, right? Depending on the brand.
Yeah, I mean, our AOVs are higher than the commissions for sure. But I recently just had a friend. He's like, oh, I have this product. I'm selling it at $100. I'm giving $40 for a commission, as a commission. I'm like, could work because it depends on the product. It's a big question. But as a ratio between cost to consumer and commission, it's not great because you're only giving 40%. And as you say, some others pay even under 20%, 200%.
Just to buy the market share.
Yes, exactly. So if you look at apps, mobile gaming apps, their Clash of Clans as an example, their goal are, I mean, not that, I don't know exactly about Clash of Clans, but similar companies, they aim to break even after 12 months. So because they understand the game, they're going to start banking only after 12 months because that's their financial goals. So depends. But back to the question, that's why I feel it's just more fair.
So what do you believe separates an affiliate that starts and makes it and builds a career or at least like a business out of this versus someone that gets in, they put the money and time in, they follow the recipe for creating winning campaigns, but it just never works for them?
I think never is overstatement. I think eventually it must work. I think a lot of people just give up too easily. For me to make any dollars in profit took me 6 months, but my 6 months were full time. I wasn't doing it as a side thing. I wasn't having a second job that would pay me money and then working the after hours on affiliates. That's all I did and cared about. And it still took me 6 months of just losing money.
No expectations is a big.
Expectation is a big thing. So if you think like, oh no, affiliate is not for me, then you're absolutely wrong. Then you probably just don't know how many successful people there are in the business. And it's not like we're cut differently. It's not like my IQ is 150 or whatever. Or maybe it is, I don't know. But it's not like it's just a matter of sticking to something and making it work. You're going to try different verticals. But the important thing is like, pick a vertical, stick to it, become really good at it. As if you could continuously jump around between, oh, I run apps, I run pay-per-code, I run e-commerce, then you will always come up with the same initial creative ideas that everyone else had. But if you become good at one thing and you start learning more about that specific niche vertical, you're going to know what worked, what didn't, and you're going to start developing that feeling that is going to get you to better ideas. And at first, you don't really need to create too much from scratch. I always say, like, it's okay to rip and run at the very beginning. By rip and run, at least, I mean, you rip the structure of an ad, some of the clips, but then you still add your portion to it to make them unique. Because, for example, Facebook doesn't like duplicated content. So I always need to make sure that the metadata is fresh, that the content is somewhat unique. But that's the first approach. Once you dominate that and you want to go deeper and start scaling higher by making fresh creatives that are going to disrupt more the space, then you're going to need to focus on it more and become really good at it. That's why it's very hard for affiliates to be extremely good in one niche and then be extremely good at another thing. And another affiliate just look for the easy thing. And they never get to scale to those 100,000 days. Why? Because they always look for those smaller wins, which are still a lot of money if you make thousands of dollars. And that can be enough. Like, that can be enough for a lot of people. But then if you want to go to the next level, that's what you need to keep in mind.
What would you say is your superpower that's allowed you to grow to the scale that you are?
I think I'm just obsessing with one skill. So I love videos. I love the creation of it. I learn a lot in many ways. Like, I do different types of content. I make YouTube videos for my own YouTube channel. I make video sales letters. I do organic short form. And I study all of this as well. So I look at YouTubers, what they do. I look at movies, what they do. I look at other advertisers, what they do. And I try to take a bit from everywhere and put it together. So my focus is just being really good at video creation. Like, anything I'm doing, even the conference. I think this is the first conference is being launched by a personal brand, by the way, in our industry. It wasn't possible before because no one was really doing videos, but it is possible now because we have people that are starting in our industry to make this type of content. And in order to gain reach, you need to be good at content and making it good. So I would say that's my main, the main skill is being able to focus on one thing, and the one thing is video and communication.
So if you could have that superpower, but let's say Alex transported to another multiverse dimension where everyone was the same as they are, except they didn't know who you were and you had no money. What would you do with that? How would you recreate your success? Same skill set, but no relationships, minimal money.
Same thing. I mean, I don't have any money.
You don't know anyone either.
Sorry?
You don't know anyone either.
You don't know anyone either.
Or you just have the same knowledge.
I would find people, get to know them, convince them that I can improve their current creatives by offering free labor and proving that I can actually improve their cost per acquisition by unloading my knowledge, getting a kickback out of that, build my own budget, start writing my own stuff, as an example. That's one thing. Like, and also it's not just video. Like, by doing a lot of video, I got to learn a lot about different businesses. I do real estate as a developer. I do community stuff. Now the conference, and different affiliate projects like Paper Call that I'm starting, and continuing doing the health stuff. So then you become savvy about more than just videos, because then when you start pulling in 20-30 million dollars a year, you need to become really good. You need to have a good bank. You need to have a good relationship with banks. You need to deal with anti-money laundering, flash inspections, have a team for that. I have an assistant. I have a lot of tacticians behind the scenes that help me a lot, like really good people. Then when you start running more projects, first you can keep all in your mind in terms of like financial numbers, but then you start fucking it up. So you need a CFO, you need a CEO, and then it branches out. And then now my main focus is, if before it was video, now is building the team that allows me to continue doing all my videos, but also runs all the businesses. If until now it was ads production, video production in general, I think the next chapter for me is team building the most awesome team on planet Earth. And it's just amazing.
What's some advice you would have for someone young starting out right now? Besides join Scalers and learn everything that you need.
Well, depends what your goal is. If you want to live an amazing life, find something that is gonna solve one of your first problems. So don't try to solve all your problems in one hit. Like, find a project that is, you're gonna fall in love with it, that you're gonna love it, and then it's also gonna make you money, and all of it. Like, you want to get away from your first problems, and that might be money-related issues. I am not in love in running supplement ads. I love the process and the life that it gives me, but I love the conference. That's what I love. I love making my YouTube channel. That came after I solved the first initial problem, which was I need funds to live, and I solved it in the most fashionable way possible that I knew, which was affiliate marketing. And then affiliate turns out to be a great, bigger love, because it gave me so much that now I want to teach and have everyone do it. So I involved my friends with all the community projects, the courses, and all of it. So I think focus on solving your main big issue. Like, okay, focus on where everyone thinks everyone thinks where they want to be, but not where they don't want to be. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm behind desks or in my little cubicle all day. So I just focus on running away from that by making my own money. And then I got the opportunity to think where I want to be. I want to be in the sky, skydiving in Maldives. And that's what I started doing. That's where I wanted to be. But first I had to get away from a place where I didn't want to be. And I'm biased. I feel it changed my life, and I think it can change lives. So I would definitely do something where you trade not your time for money, but you make money. You can make money exponentially by getting into sales. I think sales is the best thing you can do, whatever you sell. And if you do trade your time for money, that's okay. At first, you're not going to pay too much, but the aim at raising your price tag as high as possible. So then you just need to work a couple days a week as a consultant, or even a couple hours a day, and make hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
What are you excited about today? Like, what motivates you to keep doing this, man? Like, you made a ton of money, you live a great life, you've got awesome people in your life.
Well, I got it as a tattoo as well. It says endless levels of growth unlock. Because once you understand that there are endless levels of growth, there is no stopping. And it's just a continuous chasing a better version of yourself in order to achieve bigger things. And that's the most addictive part. That's what keeps me going. Like, that drive, that's, I want to get to do this. I want to see this happen. And right now it's like, I just want the space to be healthier and better again. And then let's see what can happen. Like, all the doors are open. And that excites me, because I'm like, I know this is already amazing. And what excites me the most is, like, I probably don't even know how amazing it is, because it will likely be more amazing what I think about than what I imagine. I feel it turned out to be more amazing than I could ever possibly imagine. I have a piece of paper that I wrote down before going to the Affiliate Summit in 2016, was my first conference ever, where I wrote down my fears. And one of the fears was, I don't know if affiliate is for me. I don't know if affiliate is going to help me, it's going to make me money. And here we are. flying back to Vegas at the same summit.
On a private jet. Bro, how can people find you? How can people learn the conference?
Yeah. Alex Micol. Alex Micol, link in the description.
Not my soul.
Not my soul.
I know. That was me. I fucked out.
No. Alex Micol. You go on YouTube, you go on Instagram, you find me. And there you find the conference. AffiliateTakeover.com. Attend the show 9th and 10th of July. We're taking over the industry. We're throwing a party. E-commerce, pay-per-call, content arbitrage, SMMA, and probably one of your favorite YouTubers to attend the show. So, see you about it.
And if they want to learn about affiliate marketing, Scalers, of course, right?
Skaters. And subscribe to this channel as well. Because one of my friends, Robert, that you met on Scalers Day on the boat party that we did in Dubai last year, one time he came to me and was like, dude, John Castle, he was on the fucking boat, right? I was like, yes. Why? Dude, I saw his YouTube channel. So great. He told me about Facebook ad accounts. He helped me solve a lot of issues. Like, oh, yeah, that's fucking great.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
It's better than the money sometimes, right? Like just hearing how you're able to just have a positive impact on someone and expecting nothing in return.
That's it.
Yeah. Bro, thank you for your time, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Let's get cloud. Thank you. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, everybody, you Adam. Shout out to Rainbow.